Yo, what's going on, guys? Today, they finally dropped the pool play tables for HCS Orlando. And so we're just going to get right into it. We're going to talk about this stuff. So right off the bat, we got Pool A. In Pool A, we've got Optic Gaming, FaZe Clan, Ascend, Chiefs, and of course, the fifth spot, which has not yet been confirmed. That's going to be the open bracket teams for when the event actually happens. So, my opinions on Pool A. For sure, Optic is taking that pool. They're going to take that pool 4-0. They're probably not even going to drop a single map, as I don't believe Optic has dropped a single map in pool play this season. I think it's very possible that it could be the same thing here, but it really does depend on what kind of FaZe and Ascend teams that we're going to see this coming Orlando. Because FaZe, man, they're a wild card. It's weird because I can see FaZe taking second in this group, but I could also see Ascend taking second in this group. It's all about the type of FaZe roster that we're going to get when Orlando shows up. See, if we're looking, for example, now the JJ Events tournament took place, what was it, last week, I think? And the grand finals was FaZe versus United. And if you watch that game, FaZe played incredibly well. They looked more dominant than they've looked all season. But then, the following Monday in the ESA tourney, they lose to Native Black. It was King J, Aperture, Mines, and Piggy. They lose to a team like Native Black. A team that's not even in pool play here. They're going to have to go through the open bracket. It really just depends on the FaZe roster you see that day. And then you have Ascend, the number one team in Europe. They've made a roster change. I can't remember if they made one or two, but I know that they made a roster change. They dropped Shady, picked up someone else, picked up a player from Navi, and they haven't skipped a beat since then. They've looked dominant. They won their regional finals. Granted, I believe it was Quadrant that took Ascend to the grand finals, and they got a bracket reset. It was either Quadrant or Navi, but one of those teams got a bracket reset on Ascend, though. So, for all we know, man, these European teams, they may be looking to fight this time in Orlando. We had Ascend and Quadrant who landed, top 8 at Kansas City? Come Orlando, we may see Ascend fighting for top 4. You never know. These European teams, they've been putting in that work, and we haven't seen what they're capable of in about 5 months now. They've had a long time to grind, and best believe they're gonna come in with that hunger. And then we have Chiefs. Chiefs got done dirty this time, man. I'm not even gonna lie. They got done dirty. They got Ascend, FaZe Clan, and Optic in this group. I mean, honestly, I could see Chiefs coming last. And the reason why I say that is because the open bracket in Halo Infinite is rough. We got complexity in the open bracket. We got Oxygen in the open bracket. And Oxygen has been looking better than ever. We got Native Black in the open bracket. We've got Anime Demons in the open bracket. We've got Crowd Pleasers. We've got Leftovers. That's Ace and some other guys. We've got some really good teams competing in the open bracket this time around. Teams that I think could come like third in any group. Honestly, it's looking really crazy this time around. So I honestly wouldn't be surprised to see Chiefs come 5th in this group. With that being said, who knows? Maybe Chiefs has improved the same way Ascend has. Maybe they come in and they shock all of us and show us, hey, we're the best Australian team for a reason. We'll have to wait and see. Moving on to Pool B, we've got G1, Native Red. And if you're unfamiliar with Native Red, Native Gaming signed 2 teams. So the first team, which I mentioned earlier, is Native Black. They got King J, Mines, Piggy, and Aperture. And then Native Red is the ex-KCP roster, through and through. They even got Manny back. Drug, Soul Snipe, Tolic, and Manny. Then we have Quadrant, a powerhouse European team, rivaling Ascend. And then we have Santa Negra, which is a Mexican team that actually performed really well in the Latin American regional finals and did make it to the grand finals, which is why you're seeing them in Pool B right now. And then, of course, we have that open bracket slot. For Pool B, looking at this pool, like, just taking a glance at it, you would think, dude, G1 takes this pool easy, right? That's what you'd probably be thinking. But let's actually stop for a minute and just think about it. Native Red is the ex Kansas City Pioneers roster. KCP have come top 6 3 out of 3 times on LAN. Those guys are nothing to scoff at. And if they come in with that fire, I can see them taking this group. However, with that being said, I do think G1 are the favorites to win this pool and to come first. But I don't think it's going to be easy. And not enough people are talking about this group. Everyone's talking about Pool A. I agree, man. Pool A is a meat grinder. With that being said, there's going to be some upsets in Pool B. Pool B could go any way. G1 could come third. I would not be surprised. They could come first. I wouldn't be surprised. They could come second. I wouldn't be surprised. Native could take it. I wouldn't be surprised. Quadrant could take Pool B. I wouldn't be surprised. Pool B is going to be a grinder, and y'all need to watch out for that. Moving on to Pool C, we've got Sentinels, G2, Na'Vi, and Cruelty. Let me move my mic. So Pool C, we got Sentinels, G2, Na'Vi, Cruelty, and our open bracket team. Sentinels, they're obviously taking this. This is not even... Honestly, Pool C is a... I think Pool C is pretty set in stone. Sentinels first, G2 second, Na'Vi third, Cruelty... I think Cruelty is going to come last. I think Cruelty last, the open bracket team fourth. Sentinels, I think they're winning every map. They're not going to drop a single map. Now, Pool D. This is an interesting one. Because let's take a look at SSG. All right? This isn't SSG of Ace, Tylenol, Collect, and who's the last guy? Suppressed, I think? I forgot who the last guy is, but it's not Ace, Tylenol, Collect, and the other guy. It's not that SSG. This is a different SSG. That team is gone. Space Station dropped that team. This is the former Pittsburgh Knights roster, who are now representing Space Station Gaming, meaning that Pittsburgh Knights, they're no longer here. So ex-Pittsburgh Knights are the new Space Station. All right. I'm really curious to see how this team performs. I think a lot of people should pay good attention to SSG come pool play, come Kansas, come Orlando, I mean. And let's see how they perform. Because I could see this team performing really well, but at the same time, I could also see this team coming last. Actually, no. I think J-Lings would come last in this group. I think J-Lings would come last, followed by either SSG or the open bracket team. And then that first and second spot, see, that's where things get complicated. Because I know a lot of people are going to say, hey, Cloud9 are the favorites for this group, for this pool. They're going to take Pool D, no problem. But honestly, I don't know. This is a different E United we're talking about. This is now Ryan Noob, Suspector, Snipe Down, and why am I forgetting fourths today? Rain. That's why I forgot him. Rain is a heavily underrated player. That guy, he doesn't get enough praise. And he's it's funny, he's so forgettable because he's not, he just kind of does his own thing. You never hear about any drama surrounding him. Honestly, I never even see his tweets pop up in my timeline. I don't even know if he does tweet. He just plays Halo, and even when he's playing the game, like you don't really notice he's there, but when he's not there, oh, you can feel it. He's that type of player. So I can see United taking this group, but at the same time, man, it's gonna come down to that United versus Cloud9. Whoever wins that game, I believe whoever wins that game is taking this group. For sure, a United Cloud9 top 2 in their group. For sure. There's no questions asked. If United plays the way they played in that JJ event, whoo, man, they could get Cloud9 a run for their money. However, I mean, at the end of the day, it's Cloud9. They just got to play their game. Now they got Bound. So it's going to be our first time getting to see Bound play for Cloud9 on LAN. There's going to be a lot of pressure on him. I'm really curious to see how that's going to work out. Oh, man, I cannot wait for Orlando, man. It's been so long without a LAN. This is going to be fun. This is going to be really entertaining. I think Orlando is going to have some crazy games, especially because this is going to be It's going to be the qualifier for Worlds. I forgot about that. This is going to determine the teams that we're going to see at the Halo World Championships at the end of the season. Orlando, it's going to be hype. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you enjoyed the video. Y'all take care.